Alright, we already finished the haircut and the taper and the beard and everything for this haircut. I'm gonna just be showing y'all a lineup tutorial. Simple steps for a lineup. Keep a lineup straight. And as y'all can see, I'm letting y'all see his lineup. I already finished the haircut, nice little beard lineup and everything. Yeah, we're about to get into that. Whenever y'all doing the lineup, you kind of wanna. I'm 5'10", 5'11", I ain't that tall, so whenever I do a lineup, I kind of, when I be fading, the chair be way up here. But when it's time for the lineup, I lower it a little bit so I can get some leverage over the client. And then while he's down there, I still, because if I line up from the top of his head, I'm not looking down on him. So now I gotta kind of like eye level or whatever. They ain't gotta look at you. That's kind of weird and stuff like that. But you know, just lift their head up at eye level. And then whenever you do the lineup, let me see if I can turn the camera and make it a little bit better for the angles. Right there. You kind of want to pick a weak side and a strong side. Indicate which side is the weak side and which side is the strong side. The weak side would be the side with the least hair on that side. And if I was saying, it's pretty strong on both sides, but this side is a little bit weaker than this side. Like I was saying, it's basically the side with least hair growing for in the corners and stuff like that. Because if you line up the strong side first, and the strong side is way down here and they got the most hair, then you line up the weak side and the weak side way up here, then it's not gonna be all slanted and crooked, you don't want that. So you wanna line up the weak side first because you can always take hair away, but you can never, bring hair back. So you line up the weak side first, and then do the vertical bar, and then we match the strong side with the weak side. Who knows if we might need to push the strong side back a little bit, or try to angle or do a micro adjustments just to make the haircut, get that straight line proportion. And not everybody line up will be straight, but people have different straights, if you understand that. Like his straight, another person's straight, it might be a straight across like that. But some people's straights, some people have a U-shaped lineup, some people's straights is in a U-shaped type lineup type thing. So you want to line up, you want to kind of figure out the client's head and kind of, work from there. Alright, so what we're going to do, you're going to tilt that client's head up a little bit. Make sure it's all straight. Because he's going to be looking in the mirror like this. He's not going to be looking in the mirror like this from above his head, below, or to the side. On the other side, he's not no alien or nothing like that. He's going to be looking in the mirror face forward. So you're going to basically mirror him without face, and we're just going to line him up like that. But we starting in the middle. What I like to do, I like to use the nose as a reference point. I like to go up from the nose, and boom, right here is we're going to be setting that first line, and then we're going to connect each side. Once we set this first line, we're going to connect this right side, do this right side, and we're going to connect this left side. Depending on how I want his line to look, if I want to curve a knife, you could bring this up a little bit more just to match his weak side, so you can match the strong side with the weak side, and it could be just a straight line up across. Alright, every time we make a line or whatever, we want to step back and look at it, see if it's straight, and then we go back in. Now I'm about to tell y'all, we divide the clipper into two halves, basically like this. Hopefully y'all can see at a good angle or whatever. This half we use on the left side, this half we use on the right side. So whenever you going over working towards this side, you don't push it down just a little bit. So this our first line that we made. You don't make this line and then continue like this. You go over in little incremental in the, whatever it's called, you go over in little tiny segments, just so you could keep a more precise line, because you don't know if you really, you kind of can match the middle with the sides if you go halfway, if you only use half your blade, because now on this right side it's on a straight level plane with the line that we already set in, the guideline we set in, and his left side just guiding through with the rest of the clipper. If we was to use our whole thing, you don't know if your clipper turning this way or too much up or too much that way, because you don't really know, because you're not connecting with this middle line. So we use half of our clipper blade and we just go over like that. Hope y'all understand that, hope that makes sense. Alright, so we can continue with this right side with the setup. Sometimes your client's head like to drip down, sometimes you have to keep reapplying and lifting the head up and stuff like that. It's like little things like that. Step back, look at it. Put the head up, kind of step back, look at it, keep going over. Step back, look at it. Sometimes you gotta make micro adjustments. If it's looking like it's slanting down too much, you wanna go to that angle or that point to where it was sliding down at. You're gonna make your micro adjustments like that. And once you're at a certain point, turn your client and make the vertical ball. I still need to go over a little bit, but we're gonna make the vertical ball so we know where we need to connect it. Probably 10 minutes. Yeah. Alright, once we do the right side, we're just gonna match the right side, which is the weak side, which is left side, which is the strongest side. And that was the side with the most sound. Every time you set in the line, step back, look at it, going, step back, look at it, going again, put that up a little tiny bit, right down. We're going to make our micro adjustments. Bring this side up a little bit more. Turn it to the side. Set it in a vertical bar. Boom. And then we're going to connect the two sides. Now we're going to add in a C-cup right here. And y'all want to use your pointer finger as like a little reference point. Just so y'all can have more control whenever y'all doing this. The more control, the more accuracy you got. Now we do the other side. Same thing. And it's that simple, that easy. And it's just a cut without the enhancements and everything. Oh, straight line up. Simple steps so you can get this. So you can get consistency in your cuts. Alright, so basically what that was just like a natural clean, no enhancements lineup, easy lineup for y'all to do if y'all just follow the steps. It's really gonna make y'all lineups more straighter, or help y'all keep y'all lineups more straighter. You know, everybody don't have that straight, perfect, boxy straight line. Some people lineups go like this. Some people lineups go like this naturally, but it is a straightness in every one of those categories for real. Sometimes we might think the lineup looks straighter or whatever, but one side may be way up here. Basically, both sides have to be identical, symmetrical, or even to where they look, you know, even on the same exact side. Some people, it might be a straight boxy look, but they line up like this. They're not line up not all the way straight like this. It's slightly tilted like this, or slightly tilted like that. And I be seeing a lot of that on Instagram and stuff like that. You know, your clients probably not gonna know. Your clients, they not barbers, bro. But when you post it and another barber see it, even though you may not be posting for barbers, bro, it's still noticeable. It's still noticeable. And I don't know about you, but I really only follow people on Instagram and stuff like that. You know, you gotta bring some type of information to the table or something like that. You can't have terrible haircuts and for me to be following you. You gotta bring some type of information to the table or whatever. You gotta be somebody I can potentially learn from, or you gotta be, just being a nice person alone isn't gonna do it for me. And that's me. A lot of people not like me. A lot of people just follow anybody and that's them. But me, you gotta be informational for real. You gotta bring some type of something to the table, and I will for sure follow you, because me as a barber, because my social media is more so for barbers, I would say. It's for getting clientele and stuff like that, but I don't mostly post it. I use like Facebook to get clientele, but Instagram and everything, that's for barbers to learn from me, and me to learn from other barbers, for me to get information that's not, you know, located in my area, my specific area, because we don't really have no classes. We don't have nothing out here in Mississippi for real. We don't have nothing. Nobody that has valuable information for real. So with that being said, I gotta move around, learn, travel, you know, stuff like that. But it's real easy steps in that video. Hopefully y'all take it and add it to your arsenal. This will help y'all do your self haircuts at home. This will help y'all, you know, get that perfected look that y'all been wanting. Or if you've been worrying about why your lineup's not all the way boxy, all the way straight, this video gonna help y'all. And look, it's HYB. If you're not handling business and what you're doing, and we out.